This program is brought to you by QBerg, Pittsburgh's source for LGBTQ plus news and community information. To learn more about QBerg, check out their website at qberg.com. That's QBURGH.com. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. From the Pep Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are covering at this hour. A federal judge has blocked President Donald Trump's executive orders seeking to ban gender-affirming care for transgender people under the age of 19. Trump's order is now blocked nationwide. In his Thursday ruling, U.S. District Judge Brendan Herson, an appointee of President Joe Biden, declared that Trump issued his ban without legal authority, making his orders an illegal and unconstitutional form of discrimination. Trump's order seeks to ban youth and adults under the age of 19 from accessing puberty blockers, hormone therapy, and surgical procedures. Several hospitals stopped offering gender-affirming care in response to Trump's order, effectively forcing trans patients to detransition, a process which can cause physical and psychological pain. Stopping care in the middle of receiving it, any care, really, casts doubt on whether, in fact, the goals are to protect the recipients of the care, Judge Herson wrote in his ruling. Additionally, Trump's order directed the heads of all governmental agencies to stop all funding to all medical institutions, including medical schools and hospitals that research, teach about, or provide gender-affirming care. This would not only result in the loss of hundreds of billions of dollars to keep these institutions operating, but would also guarantee that pediatric medical students nationwide do not learn about how to treat gender dysphoria for children. Judge Herson's ruling now temporarily prohibits federal agencies from withholding or conditioning funding to these institutions. The case was brought by a group of transgender teens, their parents, and two organizations, PFLAG and Health Professionals Advancing LGBTQ plus Equality. Joshua Block, the American Civil Liberties Union attorney representing the plaintiffs, said that Trump's order had immediate consequences. He also argued that Trump lacks the authority to instate such wide-reaching restrictions on medical providers nationwide. Trump's Department of Justice argued that the case was premature and that the plaintiffs should wait for additional guidance. But Judge Herson called the government's position disingenuous. And now this news from our neighbors in New Jersey. A state court in New Jersey has told a school district to stop outing trans kids to their parents in a ruling that has been hailed as a major victory by equal rights advocates. The state of New Jersey sued the K-8 district in Hanover Township Public Schools, located in Morris County, as well as three other school districts in Morris and Monmouth counties, that made changes to state guidance that told schools to respect trans students' gender expression and not out them to their parents. The state policy has been in place for almost a decade, but the districts started modifying their own policies in recent years as the conservative movement descended into an anti-trans moral panic. Opponents of the state's pro-trans policy said that it infringed on parents' rights, while supporters said that the guidelines are necessary to protect students' safety. The state sued the districts and won a temporary injunction in 2023, blocking their policies from going into effect. A state court then ruled in favor of the state, saying that the policy changes violated state anti-discrimination laws and risked outing LGBTQ plus students. The districts appealed, and this past Monday, the appeals court also ruled again in favor of the state, saying that the lower court did not abuse its power in ordering the districts to not implement their policies. The appeals court did specify that their ruling is not about the substance of the case and does not involve a determination concerning parental rights. The districts argued that the 14th Amendment protects parents' rights to make decisions concerning the care, custody, and control of their children. The judges did not agree with that position. One more quick story. The National Park Service has removed all mentions of transgender people from its website for the Stonewall National Monument in order to comply with President Donald Trump's executive orders prohibiting any federal recognition of trans people in any aspect of civil life. The erasure of trans people from the monument, which commemorates the 1969 site of an anti-police brutality riot started by trans and queer people, has angered the nearby The Stonewall Inn, its nonprofit initiative, as well as a local New Yorkers who are planning a Friday noontime protest at the monument. Screenshots at the monument's National Park Service webpage taken before Thursday showed the initialism LGBTQ plus used several times. However, by Thursday afternoon, the initialism was shortened to just LGB, with any mention of transgender or queer people removed altogether. The newly revised webpage now says, before the 1960s, almost everything about living openly as a lesbian, gay, bisexual person was illegal. The page also refers to rainbow pride flags as simply LGB flags, a term that the queer community members simply don't use. No, we don't. We simply do not use that. The trans-exclusionary initialism of LGB is sometimes used by transphobic people to encourage a social and ideological split between gay, lesbian, and bisexual people and transgender people. For instance, the British group LGB Alliance sees trans rights as being in conflict with LGB and women's rights. It opposes both government recognition of gender identities and youth access to gender-affirming care. To be abundantly clear, the Trump administration does not get to define who we are as a community, nor are they allowed to erase our history if we let them. That's the news at this hour. We invite you to follow us on Blue Sky and subscribe to the Pep Radio channel on YouTube. Have a great Valentine's Day, everyone. Now let's get back to more music here on Pep Radio.